If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, why should you never put your hands in other people's pockets? What does that mean and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. I got to tell you a story. So this week I'm on a coaching call with executives and entrepreneurs, and we're talking about how to value companies. And you're like, Scott, what does that got to do with me? I'm going to say everything. So a person jumps on with me and they say, hey, Scott, I want to value a company in this manner. And they lay it out for me. They go fact 1, fact 2, fact 3. And they go, no, you don't do it that way. You do it step 1, step 2. There is no step 3. And so the person on the phone says, well, I really want to do step 3. And I said, listen, if you go step 1, step 2, that's all the standards and norms in financing a business. If you go step 3, you're outside of the bounds and you're going to have a tough time finding a loan. Person says to me, well, I just think it's the right thing to do. And so I go, great. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go online? And we're on Zoom. We're on Zoom. Why don't we go online? Let me share my screen. I share my screen. And I say, hey, listen, ChatGPT, this is the circumstances, fact 1, fact 2, fact 3. What's the answer? Mr. ChatGPT comes back and says, hey, Scott, guess what? You are right for 1,000. I was like, ding, 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 I win. But I wasn't like gloating about it. And so person on the Zoom call with the executives and the entrepreneurs says, but Scott, I really think it's the right way to do it. And then I had to start having this conversation. Like, hey, wait a minute, time out. Like, I'm like that you care about the people that you're with because it's super important to be ethical. But there's a point where it is actually working against you. And this is where it's working against you. The person that is asking for this or that you want to give it to is outside of the bounds of normal behavior. It's not normal. And you're like, Scott, gosh darn it, what does this got to do with me in sales and putting my hands in other people's pockets? Well, I'm going to tell you, but before we do that, you should absolutely go to this URL, type it into a browser, and join my email publication. You'll love it. You get emails from me. Yes, true. You get emails from me. You're going to love them. So sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes I forget because I'm on the road traveling. Now, what you need to know is this. There's going to be times where you meet with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Jones, and you're like, they can't afford it. Only to find out that they can. And then you're going to meet with Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones. You're like, they can afford it and they can't. Or I really don't want to tell them about this product or this service or give them this option. I don't really necessarily want to give them this offer, right? We got 3 standard offers here, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I don't really want to give them this option because I feel like it's more than what I would pay. It's more than what I would do. It's their circumstances. It's their issue. It's their problem, right? Don't make stuff up. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal. If like option number 1 is going to be good for them, talk to them about option number 1. But if option number 2 is better, but you are like you are uncomfortable, right? You're uncomfortable with talking about that much money. It becomes a big deal. Now, I'm gonna wrap this up by telling you a story. I know of a person who is trying to do a consulting gig. Okay. And they had come up with a number to meet with the person in the business. And let's make this math really easy. It was $10,000 a month for consulting fee. And they told the business owner it was going to be $10,000 a month. And then ghosted the business owner for, let's say, the space of a couple of weeks. They were completely uncomfortable with making a deal happen at $10,000 a month, which was $120,000 a year, for a business doing $10 million a year. It's like 1%. They missed out on something that could have been life-changing for them at $10,000 a month because they were out of their comfort zone. They put their hand in the buyer's pocket, right? There's a time and place to do the right thing for the buyer, which is always a good idea, okay? Don't make stuff up. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal. But don't make decisions based upon what you would do. It's based upon their circumstances. And then if their circumstances call for you to make some changes, make the modifications. Have the conversation. Ask some questions. But there's a lot of times, especially where salespeople are brand new, or especially when they're struggling, especially when they need money in the bank, they start going like, well, it's not what I would do at this time. Huge mistake. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.